Well, I told you guys in the comments section, if you left 100 or more likes in the video I dropped earlier today, that I would drop another video. And this is me keeping my word. Thank you so much for all the likes. We continue to grow the channel because of your likes, because of you sharing these videos, because of you leaving comments. And I appreciate everybody for the support. As long as you keep showing up for me, I'll keep showing up for you. We went 3 out of 4 on the picks in yesterday's video. Let's see if we can have some more success in today's video. But before we get started, I need to pick somebody from yesterday's comment section. We've been giving away a free month of Dub Club to somebody down in the comment section below who has subscribed to the channel, liked the video, and commented their favorite player prop of the day. Now, if I randomly select that player prop and that prop ends up being a winning pick, then you could win a free month of Dub Club, which is a $20 value, totally free and on me. Now, what Dub Club is a way for you to get my picks, plays, and parlays from myself and other community members sent to you each and every day via our VIP Discord. And so, congratulations to this gentleman right here, RP Leaks, who liked Davion Mitchell for more than 9.5 points. That game ended up going to overtime with Miami finally able to knock off the Atlanta Hawks in OT. And Davion Mitchell soared past 9.5 points. So congratulations to you, RP Leaks. Now, all you have to do is go down to the description of today's video, click that Discord link. Once you join our free Discord, find my name over on the list. On the right-hand side, shoot me a DM, and I'll send you a special Dub Club link that'll unlock a 30-day free pass for all those picks, all those plays, and all those lays sent to you from yours truly. So appreciate you. Congratulations to RP Leaks. So if you want to be like RP Leaks and win a free month of Dub Club, just subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment your favorite player prop down in the comments section below. Now, let's get into today's picks. This is for Saturday's 4-game NBA slate. Lots of basketball. It's the opening round of the NBA playoffs. Remember, the playoffs run all the way through to June. So we got a long road ahead of us. I know it seems like the NBA season's pretty much like winding down, but no, the playoffs go for quite a while throughout the entire month of May and into the month of June. So we got lots of videos, lots of picks to be posting each and every day here on the YouTube channel. So what are we looking at on PrizePicks? Well, that is a good question. The first guy that kind of caught my eye today was Kevin Porter Jr. Now, Kevin Porter Jr., a lot of his props are really popping off here. Let me drag this in. It's the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And of course, you guys have seen me use this in plenty of my videos in the past. What this tool does is it basically goes out there, it scans all the different sports books. It's going to look at the odds, the way that the money's coming in on some of these player props. Is it juiced up for the over? Is it juiced up for the under? You know, it'll tell you all that information. And then it'll strip out the VIG and give you fair odds of a player prop to hit. So Kevin Porter Jr. is a guy that seems to be getting a lot of attention here on these sports books. If we isolate his name and just kind of search for him, you can see that there's a lot of different ways that you could play his player props. The top two being the over on the points and rebounds at 13.5, over a 54% chance for him to hit the over on this one. The other one's going to be the over on the 17.5 points, rebounds, and assists, a 54.1% chance that he clears the over on that. So those are going to be your top two Kevin Porter Jr. plays. Now, he has been seeing more minutes. He has been playing a more significant role for the Milwaukee Bucks, especially with Damian Lillard going down with that blood clot issue. So as long as Lillard's out, I would expect Kevin Porter Jr. to continue to get significant playing time and play meaningful minutes and a role for the Milwaukee Bucks. So now that we know these are positive expected value plays, let's slide on over to RotoWire and check out Kevin Porter Jr.'s projections. Now, you're going to see over on RotoWire that most of the Kevin Porter Jr. props are going to be lean more options. And so that includes the PRA, that includes the PR, the points and rebounds. Those are your top two options according to RotoWire. So let's just bust open this card here for the points, rebounds, and assists at 17.5. He's projected for about 21.64 points, rebounds, and assists today. 4.14 PRA projection, higher than where his line currently sits at 17.5. If you look at the last 5 games for Kevin Porter Jr., he has been on a historic run here. 44, 32, 30, 32, and 27 points, rebounds, and assists in his last 5 games, averaging a whopping 33 PRA in that span. Now, do I think he's going to have 33 PRA against Indiana? Probably not, but he has played the Indiana Pacers in a recent game. This was back on March the 15th, and in that game, he did have 26 PRA for the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Indiana Pacers. So Kevin Porter Jr. has been doing some good things here for Milwaukee. Hopefully he continues to stay involved. We'll just switch over to the points and rebounds, where that one also has the same 5-for-5 hit rate. He's put up 36, 28, 25, 25, and 20 points plus rebounds in his last 5 games. And against the Indiana Pacers, he did put up 22 points plus rebounds in their most recent matchup again. That was March the 15th. And on this projection, you've got a projection of 17 points plus rebounds, a differential of more than 3.5 points plus rebounds versus his line on PrizePicks, which again is just 13.5 PR. So 2 different ways that you could take Kevin Porter Jr.'s player props. Now, as you've probably noticed and heard me say in previous videos, every projection model is just going to be a little bit different from one model to the next. So RotoWire's projections really like Kevin Porter Jr. to go over. So let's check another projection system. This one's going to be LineStar. LineStar does a pretty good job with player props for different sports and different player prop markets. And so we've got Kevin Porter Jr. pulled up here. Looking at the points plus rebounds, he's projected for 22.4 PR according to LineStar's projections, which is a different projection system than RotoWire. So again, if you have access to multiple player prop projection models, it's good to reference as many as possible, kind of aggregate those results, try to find that edge of, more or less on these different props. But take a look at the PRA. 26.7 projected points, rebounds, and assists for Kevin Porter Jr. over on LineStar. So they're loving some KPJ today against the Indiana Pacers. And so a couple different ways you could play Kevin Porter Jr. if you're still looking for some player props to take for Saturday's 4-game NBA slate. But those would be your top 2 options, the over on the PRA or the over on the PR, the points plus rebounds. Take your pick. Both of them are very good. Plus EV plays, positive expected value. Moving over to the next player, it is Ivica Zubac of the Los Angeles Clippers. I kind of caught a glimpse of his rebounds and assists, which are sitting at 15. The over is a positive expected value play over on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. If you come over here and you punch in Ivica Zubac's name, you're going to see that the top way to play Zubac right now is the over on his rebounds and assists at 15. Now, you could also take just the rebounds on their own, which are currently sitting at 12 even. Both of these have about a 54% chance of hitting based on the odds, the money coming in on these sports books on these different player props. So both of these are viable options for Ivica Zubac. Kind of like Kevin Porter Jr., take whichever one you have available on wherever you like to play. I'm playing over on PrizePicks. So both of these looking like good options. What about the projections? Let's head back over to RotoWire and take a peek at Ivica Zubac, dig into some of those game logs and such. You can see that as far as the lean more options on Zubac, the top 2 ways are going to be the rebounds and assists, sitting at 15 for the over, or you could just take the 12 rebounds for the over as well. Popping open the player card for him, he is projected for about 17.5 rebounds and assists according to the RotoWire projection tool, 2.53 differential on the rebounds and assists versus his line of 15. Now, over the last 10 games, he has been putting up very respectful numbers. Over the last 10 games, he's had 17.3 rebounds plus assists on a per game average. That's a 70% hit rate. So he's had 15 or more rebounds and assists in 7 out of 10 of his last games. Now, what about against the Denver Nuggets? Because he's going to be matched up against arguably the best center, maybe even the best player in all of basketball, and that's Nikola Jokic, in case you didn't know. Now, over the last several head-to-head matchups, 8 games in total, he's had 15 or more rebounds and assists against Nikola Jokic and these Denver Nuggets in 5 out of 8 games, which is a pretty darn good hit rate. As far as this season goes, total of 4 games played against Denver, 2 games in which he went well over 15 rebounds and assists, recording 19 rebounds and assists back on October the 26th at the beginning of the season. And then more recently, he had 17 rebounds and assists on December the 13th of 2024. The most recent matchup in his game log came on January the 8th, where he recorded just 11 rebounds and assists. So he did go under in that one. So he's got a 50% hit rate in the 4 games in which he's played against Denver this season. So now that we know it's a positive expected value play, let's take a look at the rebounds as well. Projected for 14.85 rebounds. So if you wanted to just take the rebounds on their own, not a bad move. And over the last 10 games, he's had 12 or more rebounds in his last 10 games and 6 out of 10, averaging about 13.7 rebounds per game. Now against Denver head-to-head, over that 8-game span, he's had 5 out of 8 games in which he's recorded more than 12 rebounds. I don't know why I keep saying 10. More than 12 rebounds. So he's had 13 or more rebounds in those 5 games in which he has hit the over. Just like his rebounds and assists, though, he's got a 50% hit rate this season in matchups against the Denver Nuggets. 2 games where he went well over with 15 and 13 rebounds. 2 games where he went well under with 8 rebounds in each of those matchups. Let's check out one more projection here for Ivica Zubac. For that, we're going to go back over to LineStar, being that it's still kind of early on and some of these sites don't have projections up just yet. I think RotoWire, LineStar were about the only 2 sites I could find some projections for us to reference. But if you're looking at rebounds and assists for Zubac, you're going to be pleased to see he's projected for about 19.3 rebounds plus assists over on LineStar. And if you're looking at just the rebounds on their own, another healthy projection, 14.6 rebounds on a line of just 12 boards. So 2 different ways to play Ivica Zubac, rebounds plus assists, or you could go just straight up with the boards at 12. But both of these are positive expected value plays. It looks like the rebounds just got bumped from 12 to 12.5. So this would now be my top play, the rebounds and assists over 15. All right. That brings us to our third and final pick of the video. We're going to be looking at Minnesota Timberwolves big man Rudy Gobert. Now, he is sitting at 24 points, rebounds, and assists. And I think at this number that the over would be the way that I would want to play this. He's been playing some pretty good ball, has good numbers against the Los Angeles Lakers head-to-head. And so let's start at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizers. Kind of a rinse and repeat process here, but we punch in Rudy Gobert's name, and you can see that he's got about a 53% chance of recording at least 24 points plus rebounds plus assists. Now, most sports books have him up at about 24.5 PRA. DraftKings does have him a little lower at 23.5, but if you look at Pinnacle, he's at 24.5 PRA over on Pinnacle as well, which is widely considered the gold standard of sports books. The sharpest sports books and odds that you're going to find out there is typically Pinnacle. So nonetheless, all the data gathered from these different sports books, real market data, is suggesting that we take the over at 24 points plus rebounds plus assists, giving us about a 3% edge on a prop that is otherwise set at what should be a 50-50 proposition. In other words, a coin flip. We are getting a little bit of an edge here at about 3%. So now that we know that, let's go check out some projections for Rudy Gobert. We could peep some of the game logs as well. You're going to see everything Rudy Gobert related is leaning more on RotoWire. That includes the PRA, PA, PR, fantasy score, points, rebounds and assists, and the board. So RotoWire's tools, really loving some Rudy Gobert today. So let's open up the PRA card here for Rudy G. He's projected for about 27.7 rebounds, points, rebounds, and assists. So that's about a 3.7 differential versus where his line currently sits. Now, you're going to see that over the last 10 games, Rudy Gobert has hit the over on 24 PRA in 9 out of 10 games. Very impressive numbers, averaging a massive 35.2 PRA per game average in that 10-game span. Even if you zoom out just a little bit, I mean, going beyond the last 10 games, he's hit the over in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of his last 11 games. So it's just been spectacular at hitting the over in the last 10 to 12 games or so has Rudy Gobert. Now, I mentioned the head-to-head against the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, he's absolutely dominated the LA Lakers. If you look at the last 5, 6, total of 6, actually, head-to-head matchups versus LA, he's averaging 29.8 points, rebounds, and assists per game versus the Los Angeles Lakers. So 6 for 6, 100% hit rate, and doing a really good job at clearing the over. 3 for 3 this season in those head-to-head games, racking up 29, 29, and 27 points, rebounds, and assists in 3 different head-to-head matchups from this season. Now, it's been a while since he's played the Lakers. The most recent matchup that we have in his game logs here goes back to December the 13th. But hopefully the recent form that Rudy Gobert has shown over the last 12 games or so carries over into this series versus the LA Lakers. So looking like a really good play on paper. Now, sliding back over here to LineStar, we're going to check out Rudy Gobert's projections on their player prop projection tool. And you're going to see that at the 24 points, rebounds, and assists number, their projection for him is actually 10.4 PRA higher. 34.4 points, rebounds, and assists is the projection you're going to find on Rudy Gobert over on LineStar. So a massive projection for the over. This is one of those picks where you just kind of ride with the projections and you hope for the best. There's just too big of a margin, too big of a differential between this projection and what his line is currently sitting at. And so this could be a good betting opportunity. Obviously not guaranteed to hit. Nothing's guaranteed, but a lot of good data behind these picks. And hopefully you end up tailing Rudy Gobert, and hopefully he ends up coming through big for you. But this is the part of the video where I turn things over to you guys, the viewing audience. Let me know, are you liking these picks, hating these picks? Why or why not? If you're tailing them, tell me why. If you're fading them, I'd also like to know why. Or you could just comment your favorite player prop down in the comment section below, and maybe you'll be one of those random winners to get a free month of Dub Club on yours truly. I appreciate all the love and support. Let's keep this thing rolling throughout the NBA playoffs. Thank you for all the comments, the likes, the subscriptions, the shares of the video and the channel. And I'm going to keep knocking these videos out for you. Good luck on your picks, plays, and parlays, and enjoy your weekend. We'll see you real soon. Peace.